Hey everyone, Lukium here. Welcome to my tips and tricks for the First Descendant. In this series, we're exploring the best spots to farm and the top items to use to make your character even more awesome. Whether you're looking for the coolest gear or ways to power up fast, I've got you covered. So if you're ready to beat the grind and have more fun, hit that subscribe button and join us in this journey. Let's get started. Today we're showing our girl Freyna some love. Almost everyone should have her from progressing the main campaign. I think I found a fantastic spot where you can use her to farm Kuiper and Gold, as well as level her up if you're working on a Freyna build. Stick around until the end to learn everything you need to know to make this setup work best and to see how well it performs. This spot might be familiar to you as I've seen mentioned in a few farming videos, but it's usually suggested for Bunny. It is the Kuiper Mine in Sterile Land. As you can see in the footage, running Freyna on Kuiper Mine is super easy and even more efficient than running Bunny because you don't need to keep constantly moving. When properly set up, her number 3 ability, Putrid Venom, has enough range and damage to kill all spawning enemies instantly when you cast it at the center of the spawn area. Remember, X marks the spot. So you can pretty much stand still most of the time except for collecting loot, which you want to do about every 90 seconds, otherwise your loot might start disappearing. Also, because the mission runs for 5 minutes, you spend much less time running back and forth to restart the mission. Now, let's talk about how well this setup performs. I compared the results to running the same mission using my Mobbing Bunny build, which you can see in the card above in the description below. Interestingly, this Freyna build performed slightly better than the Bunny setup in terms of Kuiper and Gold by about 10 to 15%. I suspect it's because Freyna's setup kills enemies faster due to a faster tick rate. In my test, Freyna averaged about 16.5 thousand Kuiper and 260,000 Gold per run, whereas Bunny averaged around 14.5 thousand Kuiper and 230,000 Gold. Keep in mind, I didn't use any bonuses to Kuiper or Gold during these tests, so with external components you could get up to an additional 20%, bringing the potential per run closer to 20,000 Kuiper and 315,000 Gold. Because the mission usually takes about 5.5 minutes, this means you could get close to 215,000 Kuiper and 3.5 million Gold per hour. It also gives about 100,000 XP per run without any XP bonus, translating to about 1.1 million XP per hour, and enough to get you from level 1 to level 4 in about 130 minutes. With a sensor that gives XP bonus, you can reduce this time to about 86 minutes. Now, really quick before we jump into the details, if you liked the video so far, please hit that like button. It makes a world of difference for a new channel like mine. Let's see if we can get the video to 1,000 likes. Alright, so let's talk about Freyna's setup. The first great thing is that it only takes one catalyst for this setup and you don't even need an activator. For the Descendant mods, we're going to start with a maximized range and skill expansion for a 186.7% range bonus. This comes with a 20% skill power modifier loss, but that's okay because we're going to counter that with Tech Specialist, which is going to give us 76.1% Tech skill power modifier. We're then going to use MP conversion and Nimble Fingers at level 6 to drop our cooldown by 53.7%. Finally, we're using a level 6 Toxic Specialist, currently at level 5 because my Freyna isn't fully leveled to 40 yet, which is going to increase our Toxic skill power. Now, keep in mind, you might need to adjust the balance between Nimble Fingers and Toxic Specialist, depending on the reactor you're using to keep Putrid Venom up all the time. Now, for external components, aim for the Slayer set if you have it. Survivability shouldn't really be an issue since everything should be dropping dead before they get a real chance to harm you. I ran this at level 1 after resetting Freyna without any effort at all. For your reactor, prioritize skill effect range to max out Putrid Venom's range. Also consider skill duration up or skill cooldown reduction so you don't need as many levels in Nimble Fingers. Now let's talk about how we run the mission itself. It's pretty straightforward. Drop the initial enemies as soon as possible, then activate the investigation in the middle. Your goal is to fail the mission while killing as many enemies as possible. Cast Putrid Venom at the investigation starting point. The build has enough range and damage to kill anything as they spawn, much like the Valby run. Collect loot and MP every 90 seconds or so to prevent your loot from disappearing or running out of MP. And if you further build Freyna, you can always run MP Collector. And there you go, it's as simple as that. If you're enjoying the content and want to support the channel, you can select me as your creator in the game. It's super easy to do and all the information is in the description below. Your support means the world to me and helps me continue creating these guides for you. And if you've made it this far, I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know if you have any suggestions to improve the setup or if there are any other locations you think this build would work as well. Please like and consider subscribing to the channel for more content like this. Peace out.